Hi, how's it going? My name is Tiffany Manchester. I am a former professional athlete turned surfer chick and feel-good specialist. And my goal is to help you make any difficult decision with ease so that you can live a life that you love. And one of the ways in which I do that is by giving you angel tarot readings. I usually do that every Sunday for the coming week. And I also give readings, private readings, one-on-one on my website, followthefeelgood.com. Now, so this week I am doing a reading from my Magical Messages and Fairies deck. And I actually just got this deck. So this is the first time I've pulled cards from this deck. And the fairies are your earth angels. So they're the angels that live amongst nature. And they're a little interesting. They're very, I've actually experienced working with them before, and they're pretty entertaining creatures or figments of God's imagination. They only like to work with people who care well for the environment. They're a little bit feisty. That was the word that I was looking for. They're a little bit feisty. I've felt them like pinch my ear before, and it really hurt, and I was like, what the heck are you doing? Anyways, they are wonderful to work with because they give very clear and helpful messages. And I already pulled 3 cards. I haven't looked at them yet, but I just to save some time, because I wasn't sure how long that was going to take for me to pull the card that they want me to take for you, because it just depends on the deck. Every deck is different. And just so you know, everyone is able to work with the angels or the fairies or anything out of the non-physical realm, because we're all made in the likeness of God, and we all have the ability to connect with our inner light. And that's all we're seeing. So it's like a dream within a dream when you see angels and you connect with the fairies. So we all have that ability, and I'm here to give you these messages from them, and also to encourage you to tap into your own intuition. Hello. Because the world needs more people who lead from their intuition, which is also the place I call the feel-good. Angels don't happen. They sure do. If you believe it, you will see it, but you have to believe it first. You can't see it to believe it. That's kind of a farce. You have to believe it. That's why we create our own path based on our thoughts. What you think is what you create. And so my goal is to give you messages that are loving and positive, as the angels only give loving and positive messages, so that you can move forward with your week in a way that feels good, in a way that you feel inspired. Okay? So Monday and Tuesday, let's see what, thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. Monday and Tuesday, let's see what we've got for Monday and Tuesday. Okay, Sun. Interesting card. So remember, I haven't, I don't know this deck very well because I just got this deck. And it says, your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. Really, I don't think that it necessarily means a son in particular. I'm getting the sense that it's more of tapping into your inner child. So see how innocent he's playing with the little toad, and he's just peaceful. I get a really peaceful vibe. And so the message that I'm getting from the angels and the fairies right now is to tap into your inner child on Monday and Tuesday, meaning be a little bit more playful, be a little bit more open-hearted, be a little bit more innocent or naive in the way you see the world. It's almost like you're seeing things for the very first time. So instead of, sorry, I'm not interested in, I just want positive blessings. This is what we're here for, people. So, what was I saying? I forget, but you're playful. Oh, you see the world as if you're seeing things for the first time. So instead of maintaining judgments that you may have had towards someone or something, instead take a step back and open your mind as if you're seeing that person for the very first time. And remember that they're a child of God just like you, and they're doing their best just like you. And so when people are approaching you and they maybe have a negative attitude, or they're They're not treating you the way you want to be treated. Do your best to give them love. And you don't have to go up to them and be like, it's okay, God loves you. You can just in your mind send them love, and you can ask God and the angels to please send them love. That's how we help to change the world. You don't necessarily have to like approach everyone that you see and give them a big smile, because we're not always in that state of mind ourselves, you know. So you can do it from afar, and the angels will be sure to help other people out. Okay, so that's your Monday, Tuesday, inner child. Tap into your inner child. Got it? Okay, so Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, these pictures are so beautiful. Spiritual teacher. So cute. This fairy is, the bunnies are all listening. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. Okay, this goes so beautifully with Monday and Tuesday, because when you tap into your inner child, you're moving out of your head and you're moving into your heart. And that's when you can open your intuitive gifts. That's how you can start to see the world in a different way, because you're coming from a place of joy and love and excitement and enthusiasm. And that allows you to be a wonderful teacher, because great spiritual teachers who are authentic are always moving from a place of love. And we all have the ability to be a spiritual teacher. In fact, that is our life purpose for all of us, is to teach others through love. That's basically the premise of spiritual teacher. Amen to that. Thank you. So when you tap into your inner child, know that that's not being unrealistic, because there may be people that try to tell you that that's just not, we're adults now, we're grown, you have to grow up. You know that saying, you've got to grow up. I wholeheartedly disbelieve that thought. Sure, we have responsibilities to take care of maybe when we get older, but we can never forget that inner child, because children are the ones, we're born clairvoyant, and then we slowly block that off because we're given all these rules to abide by. And so we start believing that we're not really seeing all these amazing things around us. Children can see the angels, and we have the ability to see the angels too. So there's your Wednesday, Thursday. You have the ability to be a spiritual teacher, and look at how calm and loving that is, which is what we want. It's what we all want, right? Okay, so the weekend. Oh, interesting. So this card says walk away. Walk away. Look at, she's just turning her back, that beautiful fairy. And it says, leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful reading, you guys. So if you do as the fairies and the angels ask of you throughout the beginning of the week, on the weekend, you are going to have some insight. You may have an epiphany. You may just come back to something that you've been thinking about for some time, but you don't really acknowledge it for yourself because probably it's not realistic. Now, this card is saying that whatever that dream is that you have, or that hope or that desire, or that you're like, wouldn't it be amazing if, pay attention to that. And it's saying that, let me see, there's so much bright color in this picture, and I just feel like that walking away from something, even if you don't, okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people get afraid because they think as soon as they decide they need to leave, maybe it's a relationship you feel like you need to leave, maybe it's a job, maybe it's just something in the moment that all of a sudden, like a party or something that you're supposed to go to, or you're at, and you're in that moment like, I don't want to be there. A lot of times we feel like we have to break up with that person right away, or we have to quit that job right away, and it scares us because there's too much planning, and then we don't know how things are going to work out. Sorry if there's noise in the background. And you don't have to do things right away. You can walk away mentally in your mind first. In fact, I encourage it because it allows you to really accept that realization that you're having for yourself. It's very difficult to just turn your back on something sometimes, especially if it's an important decision. And if you can, wonderful. Go ahead and do that. But if not, this walk away could just mean like, just allow yourself to accept for yourself first, I don't want to do this anymore. And when you do that, when you like start allowing that for yourself, it's not a quitting. It's not like you've lost something. We're allowed to change our mind if we're working into something that feels good. I'll talk to you after that, JT Chang. So you can walk away mentally in your mind, and you'll start to see doors opening for you. The angels and the fairies, that you will start to see new opportunities because your mind is open to them now. But if you're closed off to them, it's difficult to see those new opportunities. Like, they're all over the place in front of us. Your calls are always being answered. You just have to ask, like, what are you asking for? And that's really important. So the angels and the fairies are the angels, but I kind of see the angels as up there and the fairies as down here, and I have a different visual for what they look like. But the angels are saying, allow yourself to be free and to tap into that inner child and to incorporate that truth. So tap into your inner child for Monday, Tuesday as a recap, and then Wednesday, Thursday, allow yourself to envision yourself as a spiritual teacher in whatever form that looks like. It doesn't necessarily mean you see yourself in front of a crowd of people. For yourself first. You need to learn. Like, my work is so that I can learn to be a teacher for myself, so that then I can teach others. And then the weekend, you may just have an epiphany or a realization that you're ready to own and accept. And be I was going to say gracious, be glad, but there's a different word I was looking for, that something a little bit more exciting. But have gratitude for that, and know that there's nothing to be afraid about if you feel change coming on. So there's your messages for the week. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear them right now. Aren't they? I love the fairy. This is a great deck. I'm really excited for it. Actually, I'll sign off, and then maybe I'll come back on, because I do want to put this on YouTube, so I don't want it to span out too long. So thank you for being here, and I'm going to come back on in a second so we can talk about it. Love you.